today's session. In today's session, we are covering the new feature that we have launched and our engineering team is working on, which is new dashboards. Because previous dashboard were not that insightful. Teachers and admins, they have to go deep down and find any student. There are a lot of clicks there. So we are moving a lot of data out. So the in the main dashboard section, the more our engineer Aditya will explain what is this new dashboard is and what are the features and how it can benefit you.
Yeah, hey guys. I will quickly start my screen share. And this is so the earlier dashboard has been revamped completely in order to get more useful insights so that very key informations about your business are really visible in very lesser clicks and in a single screen. So as you guys are familiar with these data, which shows like how many users in total you have on your portal, what are the free active counts, how many members you have, and what is the maximum allowed members limit you can have, and the total courses what you have built till now. And this section was already there. I'm just explaining it a little bit. Like gives a brief information about how many tests has been taken in the last 7 days. Same goes for play tests. Same goes for total chats that has been done on your user portal. So this chat thing is a new thing that we added. It actually helps us to get the knowledge of okay how our users are you actually using this chats. So I'll have more insights on it later on and in the second view. And the license utilization is gives you information about like how many licenses you have purchased for Pro and Pro Max separately and how much you have utilized till now. So the newer addition in the very first screen is this team activity. So earlier you had this thing where in order to view your teammates, you had to go to settings, then uh, like your organization settings and all. But right now you have all this in a single screen with much more insights than previously. So right now, as you can see, I have around 25 team members in total that I can scroll through to see all of them. And the new things we have added is this time spent and key highlights. So what our system does is it actually evaluates you on the user's activity, like how much activity they are doing. For example, creating tests, assigning tests, and creating new resources, how much time they have spent in reviewing of users' tests, and how much time they are spending in actually generating the questions and all. There are many events that we are tracking internally, and based upon that we are actually showing this information, which is the key highlights. So this key highlight in short is a very small thing which sums up all the activities that this particular member has done throughout this throughout their journey in this portal. And this is the total time they have spent in across all the screens that they had visited. And as I mentioned, all the activities that we are registering and counting is like the number of them is also visible here. And this is a small button, so as you can like filter the users based upon their roles. For example, if I want just the managers, I can quickly do that and just get the brief information about okay what all my managers have done till now. And same goes for teachers, operators, and all. So, and moving on to the next screen, I guess this is the uh, like very brief thing that you have gotten. And moving on to the next new update that we have is user metrics. So earlier, what you had is course-wise segregated user data for operations, right? You had to go to operations, select upon a course, and then view users from whether they are paid or not. Right now, what we have done is combined everything into a single view for more easier access. So all the users that you have on your portal will be visible here. Doesn't matter which course they have enrolled in. Doesn't matter if they have certain paid memberships in their course or not. This actually includes all the free users that you have across all your courses, but on your portal. And we have added two more things. One is intent level, and one another is reasoning. So this intent level and reasoning actually helps you to determine, okay, which of the users, if I go interact with them a little bit more, they can be converted into a paid users. For example, if a user has just signed up on my portal, and I can see that if the reasoning has been telling me that, okay, this user has like went across multiple billing pages of my portal, went through different courses. For example, they have been to GRE, then GRE's billing page, then the reasoning would be clearly indicating that. And there are certain criteria on which we are categorizing the user activity, which is called intent level. This intent level actually ranges from low, medium to high. So the very low intent users actually have a very lesser chance. I'm just saying, but this and can be wrong, and I'm very happy to be wrong that those students get converted to paid users. But just in a very brief notice, the lower intent students are having a very lesser chance of getting converted to a paid one, just based upon their data. Once they have more activity done on their user portal, for example, if there is, as you can see, this currently shows that the absence of any billing or space engagement indicates low conversion intent. For example, if tomorrow the user goes to these pages, for example, the billings or the spaces, and try to explore a little bit, then this reasoning will also change, and this intent table can move to medium or even high. Then what you can do is, like, you can reach out to these students so as and send them better offers or send them more information about your product or what you are offering. So it is easier for you to like increase your signups into paid conversions. And these are some filters that we have right now is the created at date. For example, if I want all the users from 2021 that they have signed up on my portal, I can do that. Definitely little bit more filters we can add, and we are definitely adding it in later updates, which is intent level. So you can definitely filter out based upon intent level directly. And we are happy to have feedbacks on more filters, because as you guys are constantly growing, and you will be having a lot more users afterwards. So I feel like definitely this filtering is a very important thing. It plays a very important role, right? And there's one more tab here, which is paid users. So here also you can see, like, from date range last month to till date, I have one user which is on a paid subscription, which is on Pro from Digital SAT. If I change it a little bit, I go back to like around 1 to 2 years back, I get a list of all the paid users that are on my portal. The previous tab had all the free users across all courses, and this paid users tab have all the users across your portal and across all your courses. And for example, if this person has multiple subscriptions of my portal of different courses, all three are mentioned here. This is very similar to the free user one. And okay, we have infinite scrolling now. It scrolls until you have the very last result popping up. And this actually segregates the free user and paid user so that you can have better actions on your business depending upon whether a user is free or paid, or better insights on how to convert users from free to paid. The next one is the course metrics. I guess this is a very demanded feature. I'm going to a little bit more data. Yeah. So this course metrics tab gives a complete overview of all the courses that you have. The if you if you like click upon course metrics, the first thing you'll be needing is to select a course. Okay. I have multiple courses. I went to digital SAT, and I can see that, okay, in digital SAT, I have around 12 users, and in total around 14 users that are actually having data upon mastery scores, and they have some key highlights as well. So something similar to that, what I explained in the team members, it is the key highlights for individual students based upon their course and their course activity. For example, if the user had done some activity regarding play and practice for, let's say, linear functions and linear function and linear inequalities in mathematics, so then this key highlight will be is changed upon that only. And similarly, if they have been practicing a little bit more, they can this key highlight will change to that one. And The main reason to include this key highlight here is to get the knowledge of on which topics of the course they are struggling with. As you can see here, it is really a very good way to know that okay, this person Prakash is really having issues in these two topics, linear functions and linear inequalities. So what I can do is I can act upon this data so as this user scores higher results in further tests. And for a very brief comparison, you can also have the mastery score, and it is also sortable. So to get a brief idea about how this person has, how the scores of this persons are, you can select between these cards. These cards are actually clickable. If you click upon the red one, all the users which are in the red level, just scoring less than 30% in their mastery, will be shown here. Similarly, for this yellow and green cards. Coming back, going further with this frequency of error analysis, this is a combined data. I guess this you had earlier with uh, some of the courses which we provided. Right now, you have this data for all the courses that you currently have. Okay, this frequency of error analysis gives topics-wise information about topic and subject-wise information about okay which topics certainly, which subjects certainly the users are making more error. So by this data, I can clearly see that in subject reading, in the topic words in context, my users have 97% error. So what I can do is I can act upon this data to help them increase their score in words in context. And the next card shows us the time management. This is very similar to the previous one. Instead of error, it calculates and shows you the data about the time that the overall on an average individual student is taking on this topic of your course. This is a really informative view. We feel that, and it is. And the next card, which what we have is the mastery, and this is also an aggregate mastery for average student on your portal that are constantly giving test resource, constantly visiting all the contents. For example, the test, the resources, and all. And based upon that, this mastery is projected here. And the strength and weakness analysis is also overview so that you can have information about various topics in segregation to get the user data based upon the topics that they have. Okay, for example, if I want to see students in linear inequalities how they are performing, I selected that, and right now I have around these students with these mastery scores in their topic. Okay, this one thing from I'm clearing that this mastery score is for individual topics, and this mastery score is for their overall course mastery score. We'll be adding some more informative highlight buttons so that it is easier to understand. It is very similar to the previous one. I selected a topic. Okay, I can see that okay, this Chandra Prakash person is scoring a very good score around 95 in this mastery for this topic. I can also select between different mastery levels. For example, if I go to mastery level 8500, I have these two students. Okay. The next one is the next tab. What we have worked on is the batch metrics. So as you know that courses can have batches. Batches is a really good way for you to like combine students so that it is easier for you to handle a group of students at once. Assigning resources, assigning content, and all is really easy if you are using batches. I have this testing batch what we have created. All the 6 members are showing up, and there's one more feature we have added is click upon a user and you get a brief information about the user in the same UI itself. No more clicking. We are actually really working upon minimizing the number of clicks that every like user on our platform is going through. So this comprehensive UI actually shows a very good information about the person that I have selected. Okay, what the mastery score that they have in this particular course that I had already selected, which was Distal SAT, and like all the topics that they have here, the mastery scores of their topics. And some new features that we have is activity. So as I mentioned in the team member section, that like the activity of team members are really tracked and you are getting a really good insight on that. Okay, the similar one is here. Now we are accounting the chats of the users in more places than we earlier had. Right now, this person, Prakash, chatted with an avatar called Aditya AI for 2 minutes on topic of NEET examinations. And this was the time when this chat happened. So as your users chat more with your AI avatars, you also first the first thing what you get to know is, are your users really engaging with your avatars? What kind of questions you are asking? So if you feel like, okay, my avatar needs some more files and some more knowledge upon, uh, let's say, NEET examination, if you did not had it already, you can add it into your knowledge base for that avatar. And this activity section also has more informations about all the tests they have given, all the resources they are actively using and reading on, and all the play and practice sessions that they are actually doing. So it gives a brief information about how this user is using the platform on the day-to-day basis once after you have assigned them the content. The next one is insights. So the user recommendations that the user were used to get, that they could see on their user portal, as well as you could also see on the test review sections, is now easily visible here also. So the current recommendation shows us the most recent recommendation, which was generated on 14th August. And the previous recommendations were like these data, the previous ones, all the recommendations that you can see. Upon clicking any one recommendation for certain date, you can actually see, okay, this also informs the admin of the portal who is currently seeing this data. Okay, the next two priority, next actions, and summary about their latest test or resources taken. And moving on to the next tab, which is assigned assets. You had this already in the operations tab, but we have planned to add it here also. So as we are focusing on, as I already mentioned, we are focusing on minimizing the number of clicks that you are going to, like, that you had to do on this platform. So now you can easily and in a one single screen see all the tests, practice test, resources, and spaces that has been assigned to this user. So this was it for the dashboard, new dashboard revamped overview, and this update will be available very soon on all your platforms. And this was it from my side.
Thank you, Aditya, for the presentation. So, the main goal of this dashboard is to address that information, that performance data that admins, managers, or teachers need in detail, because previously we are providing a lot of new data which was not available previously. One is definitely the activity, user activity we are providing here, on what topic that guy is practicing, and what on what topic they are chatting with the avatar at what time, so that you can see whether user is serious or not, whether it is practicing or not. Also, for these are just user level metrics only. If you want to go into detail into that, and that also you can get all that without much click in the dashboard. In the side button, you just tab on it, it will just pop up from the right. So previously you have to do multiple clicks, go into that user, it will redirect to your dashboard. The number of clicks that were needed at that time was more, so we worked on that as well, so that it's easy to quickly analyze any student. And apart from that, we are also providing now recommendations that students is getting from the AI avatar in the user portal. So you can see them as well, where action is needed, where they have to improve. And even assigned assets is also come forward here. You can see whatever is assigned very quickly. So almost all necessary details are available with just one tab only. You can check and see what user is doing. If you want to go into further details, there was also a button of view dashboard, so you can anytime go there and go check out test wise data, or if you want to go further deeper, you can do that thing as well. And we have also added user details as well. You can that button, you can just click and check the user details as well. So you have any question, Manav? Any feedback? How was the dashboard? Is it as per your requirement, or you can tell us about it? I guess if no question is there, any other question if you have, we can ask. You can ask us. Manav, are you there? Okay. So if questions are not there, I can end the session. But Kushal, you said, yes, we can end the session if questions are not there.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Maybe we will have the recording and we can send that back.
Yeah. Yeah, I will send the recording.
Let's give people time back.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good rest of the day. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.